Hey guys, how's it going? So welcome to another video, and today I'm going to talk about improvements that can happen to the game, the future of the game, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not trying to hate on the game at all. A common misconception when someone makes a video like this is that they're trying to get hate out there, which is not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get out some like facts and all that stuff about the game and etc. So some cool improvements and other stuff, and the state of the game, basically, in my opinion. And one more final thing before we start is that I'm going to have all future uploaded higher quality, meaning I'm going to edit all my videos from now on in terms of content, so check those out. Also, some of the suggestions won't be perfect, and some of them will probably not happen, so let's get right into this. So the first thing we're going to talk about are YouTubers in the Bloons community. So everyone in the community knows Molt and Master Off, really big channels, and you might be asking, why am I bringing them up? Well, they had a pretty substantial impact on the game's growth. Because let's say a channel had 500,000 subscribers only, playing Clash of Clans, and then they started playing Bloons. That's potentially around 100,000 people viewing. Obviously, the views can range depending on their channel's active subscribers, and a lot of Clash of Clans fans will probably see the game because they're successful for Clash and see Bloons, and they might try the game out. Here's a clip of somebody named BTD News Source. Go check out his channel, go subscribe to him and whatnot. And yeah.
A couple months ago, and that was thanks to Molt. Now, I've been a Molt fan, well, I was a Molt fan, like, I don't know how much time ago, but it was a while back, where he used to upload Clash of Clans, and I would always get upset that he wouldn't upload, Clash of Clans, and he would upload BTD Battles instead. But then one day I decided, to check out his BTD Battles, and then, I just pretty much liked the game, and I've been playing it since then.
So as you guys know, BTD rarely gets updates, and that's a huge factor in the popularity. Not having players coming back to play more after an update is huge. It will make players leave after the game becomes stale without any updates. I remember actually playing this game 3 to 4 years ago in middle school, getting hyped about new updates such as new towers and maps, and so yeah, I've heard the game is also in some financial issues. I'm not sure if that's correct, so don't quote me on that. So that may lead to their update, like they won't have enough like financial support, so they can be able to pump out updates as often. But that's just what I've heard. But I'm not gonna go into that again. Don't quote me. So yeah, which I can understand how it can affect the performance of updates. I'm not saying add 10 towers a year and 20 maps. I'm okay with 1 to 3 towers yearly, but I doubt that's gonna happen at all. So the game gets the majority of its money from the ads and in-app purchases. I think mainly they're going to get the money from Club Access. That's really huge. The Club Access is probably one of the best updates in the game by far. It just offered so much variety in gameplay from five different game modes and all that stuff. So there's really no point from buying medallions in this game, because medallions are so easy to get in this game, and I want to make medallions actually worth something. Maybe have something you can upgrade, just something you can spend your medallions on. You see people with 10 million medallions, 20 million medallions, and they can't spend anything on it. So I'm not going to go into this. I'm going to go into this into part 2 of this little segment, which will start right now. So in August 2015, Battle Arenas came out to the game. Before Battle Arenas came out, medallions were a struggle to get. Every 100 matches or so on Assault, you'll go up around 500 medallions. Assuming all your matches are 5 to 6 minutes long, and you win every match, all 100 matches, it'll take you around 4.5 hours to get 500 medallions. That's a huge factor. It just takes a lot of time, because you get around 5 medallions per win, and I'm not saying that you get 7, because you get 7 if you don't lose any lives, but we're not going to count that. So nowadays you can get 200,000 medallions in less than an hour, and that's huge because people don't have anything to spend these medallions on. Now I want people to have the buildup of getting so many medallions, something you could spend it on, not have 11 million medallions laying around, so you can't spend it on anything. It was before Battle Arenas, it was really hard to get all the tower tiers. The grind was really real. There was tons of players now with millions of medallions. Again, there's nothing to spend it on. I think adding tournaments would be a cool little feature. Basically what I mean by that is you can use tournaments, you can use medallions or something like that, or even, I don't know, I wouldn't say money, because I don't know, because there's just, honestly, tournaments could be like Clash Royale, I guess, where you can kind of, but less broken, in my opinion. Tournaments would be less broken, like, because the tournaments on Clash Royale are pretty broken right now. So yeah, that's what I got to say for that. There's something like that. I mean, like the features, like they can have a time limit, they can add how many people can join. You can make like a 10 million medallion tournament, but obviously you're going to be like, oh, well, adding tournaments will just make more medallions come into the gameplay and not actually get rid of the medallions, which is true. So I think overall tournaments could be not added, but I think there needs to be a way to spend your medallions in this game, because there's really no point in getting more than like 8,000 medallions to max out all your tiers and all that stuff. So there needs to be more of a use to medallions. What if you could spend 1 million medallions? Let's say you spent 1 million medallions to make your battle energy last 0.3 seconds longer or something like that. I know that would be broken if you just spent like 10 million medallions getting those upgrades and make it last like 4 seconds longer than everyone else's. That would be broken and that would be kind of unfair. But I'm just saying something that can add a little gameplay effect. Like maybe you get a special club room. You could buy a club room for like 1 million medallions or something like that. I don't know, guys. Just anything really that you can spend it on. Even decals would be kind of cool. But even though they don't really change much and they don't really do much, I just think adding something that you can spend your medallions on is much needed. It'll keep players from grinding up in the arenas and playing more and buying more arenas. I mean, buying more medallions so they can get these new accesses. And also, I want to talk about tower balancing. Right now, there are only a selection of towers in the game that are completely viable, and there's only a few certain strategies that you can actually pull off if you're playing against a competitive standard player. So let's be honest, you wouldn't be able to win a match against somebody going random. Like, if you went random towers against a competitive player, unless you were really lucky, you probably wouldn't be able to win that match in a tournament or anything like that. So I think having multiple viable strategies instead of maybe 2 to 3 per map. Obviously, there may be less, there may be a bit more. It really depends on the map. So having multiple viable strategies would be huge. It would make add a lot of creativity to strategies besides going the same exact strategy every map and all the time. It would add more creativity, like I said. It would also make the game a little bit more unpredictable strategy-wise, which would be great because whenever you're playing a match, you're going to predict your opponent's going to go with dart and etc. You know, so I wish the game had a bit more viable cards. Towers. If every tower was viable, I could see why that could be a problem, I guess. But I'm just hoping that maybe a few more viable cards could be out there. I know Dart Monkey won't be replaced or something like that unless they really nerf it. I think buffing the lower cards, the lower towers are and must needed. I'd rather have a buff to all the lower cards than get a nerf from all the higher cards. So you can create really cool strategies with unused cards. I mean, towers. I don't know why I keep saying that. So that would be the best way I could think of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tower balancing. I know, guys, that balancing towers and updates in general take time, and I'll continue playing the game regular on my channel. If you disagree with anything I said, leave it in the comments, and I will not hate you for leaving negative feedback. I read all the feedback I get. I know I didn't talk about everything that should happen, and I only went over a few. I chose popularity because the more popular a game is, the more money it makes, meaning they can add more updates to the game, and the game will have a faster progression in terms of players. And I also chose medallions because there needs to be some way you can spend medallions without buying something overpowered. I know I said maybe you could spend 1 million medallions to upgrade your tower boost by like 0.3 seconds longer. And I know something like that could be overpowered really easily. So I'm just saying that was just a little suggestion. I honestly think that would probably be overpowered to people who have, it would make the game more of like a pay situation, which is not what I want at all. Because you can play the game completely free now, which is awesome. You can play the game 100% free. I guess obviously you can choose to buy club rooms, which is honestly one of the best investments that you can make. It's so awesome. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And I also chose, when I also talked about tournaments, they weren't 100% perfect. I know what I said on tournaments weren't 100% perfect. It was just an idea. Now, I'm not saying, oh my god, you have to add tournaments into this game. No, I just said that it would be kind of cool for something that you could spend your medallions on, and maybe you can spend 10 million medallions to make a tournament. First place gets like 200,000, Second place gets like 100,000, and then like the top, you guys know what I mean. So yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool, but then in the end I went over again. But if you make tournaments, you're gonna have to have something you could spend your medallions on. I just think it would be kind of cool to make more, a little bit more more things to do in the game. And then I also went over tower balancing, because it would create the game to become less stale in terms of strategy. So yeah, that's basically how I feel about this entire thing right now. I know I didn't go over everything again, so if you guys want to see more videos like this where I edit, I'm gonna just leave your feedback. A lot of my Bloons videos, sorry about that. So a lot of my Bloons videos have been getting a little bit less views than normal, I guess, and usually my Clash Royale videos do the best now. So if you guys really want to see more Bloons, make sure to leave a like. Can we go for let's see, 20 likes? I don't know, it's probably not a good thing to do like challenge on the video like this, so we're not gonna do like challenge. Take that back. But if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't like it, go ahead and leave a dislike and tell me why in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.